Millions of American businesses now facing a new challenge as we're at the tail end of a crisis and the front end of a recession. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, we got a massive one to unpackage today. We're going to take a look at some frontline footage, some shocking footage. At least for me it is. For you guys, probably the same. But for millions and millions of people, they're completely unaware of what's coming. Like I opened up the show with, tail end of a crisis, front end of a recession. Congratulations to anybody that's stuck with this channel as we've been ringing the bell and sounding the alarm and warning people this was an artificially created housing bubble and economy that cannot sustain itself. It will have blowback, the dust will settle, and we will pay the piper. If you're new, please subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in history to get forward-thinking, critical thinking, centered and surrounded with like-minded people, friends. This one's going to be insane. We've always had booms and busts in the economy and the markets. We just went through the biggest boom, training wheels, helicopter money injected into this economy, and now it's being pulled out, a complete and utter rug pull. And listen, friends, that's what we're going to look at today. Millions and millions of businesses. You're seeing it, right? One of the things we talk about here is a lot of times the health of the commercial real estate industry, retail, hospitality, all these sectors that were locked down, reopened, then drank the Kool-Aid. And so we saw a lot of people unable to weather lockdowns. They went empty. Their stores are empty. We've reported on this many times at the channel. Like I said, if you're new, there's gold in these videos. Go reach back if you'd like to find some of that Frontline Report footage. Insane, this stuff we have to talk about. I laugh at this stuff. It's like a built-in self-defense mechanism. Wrap my head around what I have to report here, friends. So one of the things that we're seeing now is a new alarming trend that I am witnessing. And like I said, we're going to take a look at a beachfront restaurant today that is basically the pandemic crushed them. They were a great business there for a long time, great place to go eat right on the sand on the beach, beautiful Southern California restaurant. Lockdowns crushed them. They tried to survive on takeout for a while. I mean, you can't do that. This is high dollar real estate. So many companies, after they went and drank this Kool-Aid, started taking over. You seeing people moving into a lot of these empty stores? I am. A lot of businesses now are spending massive amounts of money putting their businesses in these empty spaces. And even if they negotiated a price or a lease price or purchase price on these properties, they're coming in at an even worse time than the pandemic had. At least in the pandemic, you were able to get free PPP money, forgiveness, loan forgiveness. You could borrow money, keep your employees employed, and not have to pay it back. And who pays for it? You guessed it, the taxpayer. That's why we have the biggest balance sheet we've ever seen in history. Mathematically impossible for us to ever balance our debt sheet. That's how serious what we just did in this pandemic. Insane. Insanity. I mean, what are we thinking? Like I've always said, I would have rather seen us crash and burn in the lockdowns. We've already been in a rebuild effort by this time. We basically put off the inevitable, and we're going to pay the piper for this one. So what we're going to see next, and my prediction, and this example we're going to roll here in a second, is going to drive our point home. Millions and millions of companies are moving into these spaces because the economy was pretty euphoric when they signed these leases, got the funding in order to renovate and do their tenant improvement build outs to get these spaces ready for their businesses. And now the rug pull has happened to them. You're going to see if people move, and I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing people move into these spaces. Ghost town. Nobody's coming to shop at these stores. This one we're looking at today, middle of the week, restaurant, multi-million dollar property on the beach. No workers there. They're pulled off. They're gone. It's almost like they've suspended construction. We've talked about these spec homes that we end up seeing all over the, getting built for miles and miles and miles. they're going to do the exact same thing. So to drive our point home, let's roll this footage, and we'll meet back here, wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, friends, welcome to sunny Southern California. A beautiful day here at the beach, as you can see, but there's something lurking behind the scenes that we may want to take a look at. This is, in fact, a restaurant that was here for many, many years, doing just fine. And then the pandemic completely closed them down. It sat there for months and months, and somebody decided they would take a chance on this, and they are spending a lot of money to try to get their business ready to come in. But unfortunately, as we can see here in the middle of the week, no workers to be found. It is stuck under construction. I do not know exactly what's going on with this property, but one thing I do know is if you have a property under construction and no workers there during the week, that is not a good sign. So we need to continue to heat map and temperature check what's going on with the economy, acknowledge the elephant in the room so we can understand how to navigate through it more efficiently. Let's get back to the office and we'll wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. Just a little example of what's going on. This is what's going on out there. Are you seeing it? Please leave it in the comments below if you're seeing this. I want to thank everybody who continues to participate in this channel. Like I always say, iron sharpens iron. The first step of getting past a problem is admit there's a problem. That was a massive, massive problem. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We got ourselves into another real estate bubble. And that's the one thing I've always heard here on the channel. Scott, this time is different because loans are stronger. You're right. This one is different. It's worse. This is much bigger than a loan issue. This is an overheating of the economic engine, our economy. And anytime you overheat an economy, or an engine rather, it's gonna blow. So this is the blowback, friends. You're seeing a lot of businesses, they were planning on moving in, and then all of a sudden the economy, some funding's getting pulled out, whatever the case may be. Even like if this place we're looking at today that I showed you, even if they get in and get opened up, they're doing it at the worst possible time. They're about to open their doors in a recession. The worst possible time. I'm sure when they worked this deal out, initially everything was looking pretty strong. Why? Because they drank all that economic Kool-Aid, and now the rug pull has occurred. The narrative has changed, and like we always talk about, as soon as mainstream media gets a hold of these topics and starts to report it to the masses, reverse FOMO and herd psychology, herd mentality rears its head again. That's why this channel is so very important, because if we talk about it, we're going to be less blindsided by it when it actually hits. And we're doing it in a way, hopefully, that makes enough sense for us to be able to navigate through it more efficiently. And that's my goal has always been, listen, friends, we're going to have the blowback. We're entering a recession. We have to see how deep this one's going to go. It's got the capability of hitting depressionary levels. We're going to hope for the best, prepare for the worst, hopefully come out somewhere in the middle. My job is hopefully to get you as financially fit as possible to weather a storm. Make sure your basic needs are met. Once we can establish that, then we're going to allocate a certain amount of money to go back into these markets when everybody else is leaving. That's what the heavy hitters are conditioning themselves to do, and that's all we have to do as well. Set a goal, chase the goal, follow the final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, somebody who wants to see not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created economy in the history of the world is going to have its blowback. We're going along for the ride. If you get mentally strong, understand these things, admit the problem, then accept the problem, move away from the problem by getting centered and surrounded with like-minded people, you will weather this storm. It's the other people who have no idea what we're talking about today that are going to get hit. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email in the description for you as well. I have a network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. Also, there's a secondary channel I launched. It's a hobby channel around the motorsports industry, motorcycles, if you're a motorcycle fan. Link in the description below. called Walty Wanders. Go ahead and check it out if you'd like to search it up. I'd appreciate your support there. It's always nice to have a hobby and little fun in our lives. Can't be all serious. So anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. If you appreciated this real estate video and other real estate videos in your screen at this time, and I know you're going to love that one. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I will see you on the next video.